Hello students! Welcome to our online class. How are you? I hope you are doing well at home. So in this year, I will be your art, your health, and your social studies teacher. So those who didn't know me, my name is Krista Sweet, and you can call me Teacher Sweet. So next to this video is the introduction of our topic or the continuation of our previous topic. Good day to you students. So today, as you can see in the picture, it talks about religion, and that will be our first topic for today. It's about religion. So now we are going to talk about Thailand. In Thailand, we have three common religion in Thailand. And first, that is Buddhism. Second, Islam. And the third one is Christianity. So that is our three common religion here in Thailand. Even though they have some others, but then a little bit. There are a lot of different religion around the world. A lot. And people are free to do whatever they want and to practice their own belief. Religion is something that is part of people's life, and that's what we call belief. And others can choose whatever you want, whatever belief you want, and it's up to the practices to our community. Okay, religion first. It started in a family. The first thing about religion is you have it the moment you are grown up and your family practices in one religion, and so you also adopt it. So that's how the religion started. And after that, it goes to the community. The community also having the same practices as you have or might be different, but then you still live together and then you share the same belief or might be having common in your belief. And after the community, you share it to the world. So you spread what you believe in the whole world. So beliefs is about something that we have in a religion that applies ethics and morality. It means to say it's about for you to choose what is good and what is right. And I would like you to watch the next video about Buddha's life.
Look at that cute little prince. It's Buddha. Though right now he's still called Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha lives in a palace in India. His parents believe that this little guy will become something extraordinary. To know this for sure, they ask an astrologer to consult the stars about the future. He will either become a very powerful ruler like his father, or he becomes a holy man and your family will lose all power in the kingdom. Oh my! Don't worry as long as you keep him away from sickness, aging, poverty and death, it will be all right. They decide to protect the prince from all such experiences. Siddhartha grows up, gets married and has kids without having met ordinary people outside the palace. But one day, Siddhartha drives his cart outside the palace area. There he witnesses how ordinary people live. He sees an old man, a sick man, and a beggar monk in the street. He also drives by a dead man. What? People get sick and are poor and die? Life is just endless suffering. Siddhartha doesn't want to suffer, and he doesn't want anyone else to do so either. This must be solved. He leaves his wife and child and goes away. Siddhartha asks a lot of wise men for advice on how to live, but doesn't get any good answers. So he decides to try not eating. He will starve himself like a beggar monk, an ascetic. Look how thin he has become. This clearly doesn't work. It won't make one happier. No, Siddhartha realizes this. He gives up the idea of starving himself and sits down beneath a Bodhi tree to meditate. Here he decides to stay until he's found the solution. Nothing will make him move. An evil demon called Mara appears to tempt him. Mara offers him lots of great things, but Siddhartha just stays put. And finally, after having meditated for 49 days, Siddhartha realizes what's wrong. Humans are never satisfied. They always want more. And this wanting to have more never ends. And then the suffering never ends either. So now Siddhartha has realized how it is. He has become enlightened. And that is what the word Buddha means. Now he is no longer Siddhartha Gautama, but Buddha. Buddha wants more people to realize this. Some of his friends listen to him and start to follow him. They become his disciples. Buddha preaches to them and to other people. At this time in India, everyone is Hindu. The Hindus believe in rebirth, reincarnation. You are born, live, die, are born, live, die, and so on, in an endless cycle, samsara. Stop! I want to get off! Buddha preaches the importance of getting free from samsara. Getting reborn makes it impossible to avoid suffering. Buddha had tried both being rich and starving. These are two exaggerated ways of living, and neither are good. He believes it to be better to choose a middle way. But hey, Buddha, if you're not born again, where do you end up after death? You don't get to a place, but to a condition where you don't want anything. Nirvana. Why do you call it nirvana? Nirvana means blown out. All your desires are blown out, and you have reached a kind of peace. Buddha wanders around preaching how to reach nirvana. When Buddha dies, there have become many disciples. Now it's time for them to pass on his teachings.
My Religion, Your Religion, A Cloverleaf Alike in Different Book by Lisa Bullard, illustrated by Kali Conger. Hi, I'm David. This is my neighbor Zach. He just turned 13. Zach is really nice for a big kid. He teaches me about baseball. Zach invited me to a service at a synagogue. Dad explained that's where Jewish people worship. He's coming with me. I've never been to a synagogue, I remind Dad. What if I don't understand things? What if I do something wrong? Don't worry, Dad says. We don't need to understand everything. We just need to show respect. We go online to learn about being respectful at a synagogue. We find out that 13 is an important birthday for Jewish boys. The special service is Zach's bar mitzvah. In Zach's religion, he is now an adult. Jewish girls have a bat mitzvah. It's similar to a bar mitzvah for boys. Does your religion or family have a special way of celebrating young people? When we get to the service, we're given a little cap to wear. It's called a kippah. I notice that other men and boys and some of the women and girls are wearing them too. It's fun to be part of Zach's special day. There are prayers and singing. I'm used to that from our church. Zach also reads in front of everyone. It's a language I don't know. Dad says it's Hebrew. Sunday morning, Dad and I go to church. I look at the sign. Is our religion called Lutheran? I ask. It's called Christianity, he says. There are different kinds of Christian churches. Lutheran is one kind. You and Mom go to a Catholic church. That's Christian too. Many different religions can be found around the world. Does your family practice a religion? I always wonder why there are different kinds of churches. Do you think it's like fans choosing to follow different baseball teams? I like to go to both my churches. I get to see friends, and I feel like God listens while we pray. I ask Dad if people of all religions pray. That would be a lot for God to listen to. Not all religions have a God, as we think of God, says Dad, but many religions pray. Different religions have different ways of praying. Does your family pray? On Sunday afternoon, people from my church volunteer. We help at a place that serves food to people who need it. I see Sophia, my friend from school. She's volunteering too. I ask Sophia if she's there with another church. She says her family isn't part of a religion. They just like helping others. On the way home, I see lots of people in the park. Remember Fami from my baseball team? I asked Dad. He told me his family's gonna have a big celebration here. Do you know what they're celebrating? Dad tells me that the month of Ramadan just ended for Muslims. But the month's not over yet, I say. Ramadan is a part of their religious calendar, Dad says. It's an important time for Muslims. When Ramadan is over, Muslims give thanks and celebrate. It's called Eid al-Fitr. Muslims call their God Allah. Ramadan is a special time for Muslims to get closer to Allah. Are there any special times of your religion that are special to your... Later, Kate comes over to babysit. I've been finding about different religions, I tell her. And Dad says there's even more. I've been studying Buddhism, Kate says. She tells me she's been going to a Buddhist center. She's learning to meditate. She says it will help her have a peaceful mind. It must even be working, because she stays peaceful even when she catches me tossing my baseball inside. When Dad gets home, he comes to tell me good night. He listens while I say my prayers. I believe God is listening too. I give thanks for my full stomach. I give thanks for the people I know. Dad, Mom, Zach, Sophia, Fami, and Kate. And I give thanks for baseball. Many religions encourage their followers to help other people. People who do not follow religion often make a point to help others too. What are some ways that you could do this? Talk to your family and make a list of how you and your family can work together to be helpers. Here's some ideas to get you started. Do chores for a neighbor or family member who's elderly. Volunteer for an organization that helps people. Clean up your local park. Donate to a food shelf. Give your unneeded items to a charity. Make a card for someone who's sick. Visit a residence for elderly people. What else can you think of? The end.